In 1900, the British Empire demanded this object. What happened next is the reason you can still see it today. Kumasi was the capital of an empire that had governed itself for 200 years. It had its own courts, its own army, its own treasury, and a written system of weights for measuring gold. And it had a constitution, not written down, but precise and old and obeyed. One of its highest officers belonged to a woman. In the division of Ejisu, that office was held by a woman named Yaa Asantewaa. She was about 60 years old. Four years earlier, a British force entered Kumasi. They deposed the Asante hen, Prempeh I, and put him on a ship. Among those taken was her own grandson, the chief of Ejisu. For the next 4 years, she governed the division herself. A British fort now stood in the middle of the Asante capital. The empire still existed, but it had been made to kneel.
Anomi to know your feature. One can you feature with an 18 sin constant against and the Esiemo Asante Merma Mure nkwenima ene yen na yebeko ye mano.
He believed he was asking for a chair. According to Asante tradition, the Golden Stool came out of the sky around the year 1700 into the lap of the first Asante Hene, called there by the priest Okomfo Anokie. It is not a throne. No one sits on it, not even the king. At his installation, he is raised and lowered over it 3 times and never touches it. It is understood to hold the soul of the Asante nation. Every person living, every person dead, and every person not yet born. So when a foreign official demanded to sit on it, he was not asking for furniture. He was asking a nation to hand over its soul and watch a stranger sit on it. Nobody answered him. They had reason to be afraid. Britain had the Maxim gun. Asante had already lost 4 wars.
Months. It has been months, and they have not broken.
The chiefs of Asante then did something without precedent in their history.
And they have not.
In April 1900, the Asante surrounded the British fort at Kumasi. They did not attack the walls. They built barricades across every road, too solid for artillery, and they waited. On the 23rd of June, the governor and his wife escaped the fort at night and ran for the coast. In July, a relief force of 1,000 men fought its way in. The garrison was 2 days from surrender. Then the guns came. She died in the Seychelles on the 17th of October, 1921. She was about 81. She never saw Ghana again. The British searched for the Golden Stool, not for weeks, for 21 years. Before the fighting started, it had been carried into the forest and buried, and the people who knew where it was kept knowing and said nothing. It was used again in public in 1935, when the Asante Confederacy was restored. It is with the Asante today. She lost the war. She died in exile, 5,000 miles from home, and she never learned how it ended.